What is up, guys? It's Swimmer here, back again with some more Go Battle League action. Going to be showing you guys my first battles of the new season. I guess that's season 7. Yeah, season 7. So going to be going with the team that I used to hit Legend in the most recent season. So that's going to be Castform, Ninetales, and Froslass. So just want to go with a team that I'm familiar with to start out this season. Hopefully get some good sets to begin with because so I know a lot of people like to try out new teams at the start of the season. I like to rack up the rare candy. So I try and go 4-1 in as many sets as I can because I really do want to get that rare candy. I think it's a great way to get it early on in the season. So yeah, let's go ahead and get right into the battles here. All right, so getting into the first matchup here, we have Castform going to be into Golbat. So this is okay, but I have two better counters in the back, so I'm going to swap out right away. And they look to be staying in for at least a little bit. Wigglytuff is coming in. We're going to go for the Avalanche here. Because they were fairly slow on the swap, we might actually be able to get to 3 Avalanches. I'm not quite sure. No, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to. So I'm going to go for the second Avalanche here. This is going to force a shield or take them out. We do force a shield, which is pretty good for us. We get charmed down, but not a big deal. We're still in a pretty good position here. We can come in with the Castform and farm them down actually before they are able to get to a charge move, which is really good for us. Venusaur is coming in. I'm going to build up some energy on the Castform, save that Weather Ball, and then go into my Ninetales. Ninetales is definitely going to be the key to victory here. It's good against both Pokemon. They are able to catch a Weather Ball on Ninetales, if you can call it catching, or sorry, on Golbat, if you can call it catching, because it is going to be um, super effective on both Pokemon. We're going to take a Poison Fang here. I know that Poison Fang is going to do less than either Frenzy Plant or Sludge Bomb, so I definitely want to take take them out while I can, or sorry, take the damage there instead and have the shield for the Venusaur. But we had two back-to-back Weather Balls there, and we're going to be able to take out the Venusaur with a Weather Ball, and that's going to be a good game. So um, Ice types were really bad for that team. Alolan Ninetales would have flattened that entire team. Um, I mean, the Charmer obviously does a decent chunk of damage, but still a pretty good matchup. All right, Aggron on the lead. This is critical that we win this lead matchup and maintain alignment here because Aggron is terrible for both of my Pokemon in the back. Whimsicott coming in. I'm going to go straight into my Alolan Ninetales. This is a very positive matchup for us. It is Razor Leaf as opposed to Charm, so it's dealing a little bit more damage. But we just get to these Weather Balls so fast that we're going to be able to spam them out very quickly and really force those shields early, and then we actually are able to get to a third Weather Ball before they get to a charge move. Um, they might have just been getting the energy, or they might have had the energy and been trying to farm down. They actually come in now with Stoutland, which is definitely a mistake. They should be coming in with Aggron because Stoutland has Ice Fang and is not going to be able to farm me down very effectively at all. We're going to be able to get to 2 Weather Balls here, and that's going to be enough to take them out. And we can now swap back into our Castform to take out this Aggron fairly easily with the Weather Ball, and now we're going to be able to Water Gun down. So definitely should have come into the Aggron to farm down the Ninetales. They would have taken almost no damage from Weather Ball, and they would have been dealing super effective damage back. But either way, that match was over. I had a 2-shield advantage and switch advantage as well, so it was going to be a good game. All right, Raikou on the lead. I'm going to go ahead and swap straight away into Froslass. Raikou is pretty neutral against the 2 ice types in the back, but pretty bad for the Castform. They are running Thundershock as opposed to Volt Switch, so this is a little bit easier for me to time my my charge moves. And they actually are running Thunder as opposed to Wild Charge. So you definitely want to be running Wild Charge as the um, Raikou in this situation. The defense drop is definitely worth the better damage per energy. So we're actually now going to be able to outpace this Raikou, and we can even survive a Thunder there. So going to be able to get both shields and take out the Raikou. So we've got Switch Advantage Kabutops in the back. Very spicy pick, very interesting pick. Should be generating energy quite quickly. If it's Mudshot, no, it's actually Waterfall. So we're going to be able to resist the Waterfall on the Castform. They actually swap in to the Absol on the Weather Ball. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but we can swap into our Ninetales and farm them down quite easily. And then my opponent does decide to surrender there. All right, so pretty good so far. Low rank battles are always really interesting. You always see super spicy picks. And like I said, that's one of the reasons that I really like to try and build up the rare candy. So Infernape on the lead, pretty critical that we win this matchup here. They're staying in, which I mean probably means that they're double weak, or it's just not a very experienced battler. So we're actually going to be able to water gun them all the way down before they get to a charge move and take a shield from them. They've got a Machoke in the back. It's going to throw the Weather Ball here, and then likely look to swap out. We are going to swap now into Froslass, but I want to save that Castform in case it's useful against whatever they've got in the back. And we can just go for an Avalanche against this opponent. That is enough to take them out. It is a Scolipede in the back, and that's definitely going to be a bad time for the Scolipede. Really, I mean, Scolipede's okay, but the Froslass is going to be resisting both the Poison Jabs, going to be resisting the X-Scissors and the Sludge Bombs, so that game was definitely over. We have Castform now into Torkoal. Again, I really need to keep this away from my back line, so I'm going to go ahead and go for the Weather Ball here, hoping that they don't shield. If they do shield, I'm definitely going to be matching shields, and I will probably shield anyways myself. Yeah, I'm going to shield this up because I think that Torkoal really only has nukes, and sure enough, they go for the Overheat, so that would have done a lot of damage. And we want to keep this Castform healthy in case it is good against whatever they've got in the back. So we can go now into our Froslass. It is an Alolan Raichu that's coming in, so this is decent for Froslass. Both Avalanche is going to deal a ton of damage, so we probably don't really need to land the Shadow Ball. They build up a ton of energy and then swap out into a Slowbro, so we can go for a Shadow Ball now, and this is definitely going to be getting the shield. Hopefully we can get to another Shadow Ball before they're able to farm us down. Yes, we can. Froslass is a monster. This Shadow Ball is going to deal a ton of damage, able to take out the Slowbro. Raichu coming back in, and at this point, I know that I can win this, so I'm just going to go ahead and come back in with Castform. I was hoping that they would throw their energy blindly into Castform. Given that they threw a move, though, I'm going to go ahead and throw a Weather Ball, since they don't have any shields left, and that's going to be enough to take them out. Really, I was just intending Castform to absorb a whole bunch of energy and then to come in with Alolan Ninetales and take them out. But if they were going to try and farm some more, then I was definitely going to punish them with the Weather Ball. Alright, going to skip ahead a little bit in the video here as I think I catch a couple things. There's a Joltik there and so forth. Program, or, alright, getting into the next set of battles here. We have Castform into Medicham. So this is just okay. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go straight for the Weather Ball. I want to chip this before swapping into Froslass, and actually, ideally, I want to swap into Froslass right away. But they threw at 6 counters, so this is just going to be an Ice Punch, so I don't need to shield. And we actually both swap at the same time. This isn't great for me because I'd really much prefer it if I could get my Alolan Ninetales lined up against this Victreole. It's a much better matchup, but I'm able to get it very low and to get a shield from it, so we're likely going to be able to come in with Alolan Ninetales now. farm down. We are going to shield up the Leaf Blade. We want to respect the damage from the Leaf Blade. Shadow Victory Bell does a lot of damage. And then we'll have to see what's going to come in. It's going to be that Medicham coming in. And we're able to go for a Weather Ball here very quickly. And that Medicham is out of energy because they threw the Ice Punch. So they're building up here. This should be enough for a Psychic, but they do end up successfully baiting. However, they're not going to be able to make it to another move. We can farm down with the Powder Snow there. Say Jirachi in the back. So my opponent definitely made a mistake. They should have come Jirachi into that Alolan Ninetales, and I would have been in a much worse spot. But as it is, I can now line up my Castform against this Jirachi, and that's going to be a much more positive matchup. This is going to be a Doom Desire here, which, even though it's resisted, is going to be able to take us out, and we've still got that Weather Ball stored on the Ninetales, and that's going to be definitely enough damage to take out the Jirachi. So, misplay by my opponent. If they had gotten the Jirachi onto my Ninetales, I think they'd win that match. Because Castform definitely does not want to, or sorry, Ninetales definitely does not want to see that. And then Castform would have really had to carry that game. Alright, Muck on the lead. We're going to look to get to a Weather Ball here. We get to it at the same time that they get to Dark Pulse. I'm going to take the first one. Muck is a pretty awkward Pokemon, to be honest. Obviously, the Dark Pulse really hurts Froslass, and the Sludge Wave can KO the Ninetales. So we kind of have to stay in here with Castform. Since they let that first one through, I'm now going to shield and look to farm down with the Water Gun. And that should let us leave with a lot of energy. It's an electric type coming in, so I'm going to swap into Froslass and save that energy. It is actually going to be a Spark Electrode as opposed to Volt Switch, and it goes for Discharge instead of Foul Play. So Pignite coming in now. So my opponent definitely makes a mistake in throwing that Discharge first. If they just swapped straight away into Pignite, I would have been in a pretty tough spot. But as it is, I'm able to get to the Shadow Ball because they stayed in to throw the Discharge, and now I can just Water Gun down. Electrode's coming back in, but we've got a ton of loaded energy, so we're going to be able to throw 2 Weather Balls back to back, and this is not resisted, so it's still going to do quite a lot of damage. We actually get both shields. We can go into Ninetales now. We definitely don't want to get farmed down there, so this Weather Ball is not going to be enough to take them out, but it will get them very low. And we're going to now be looking to Powder Snow down. I'm going to shield up the Discharge just to be safe. I don't know what's in the back, and if it's something like a Charmer, then that would put us in a pretty bad spot. We are actually going to throw the Weather Ball to maintain some health on the Alolan Ninetales. I didn't want them to get to another Discharge. Oh, and actually, sorry, that was their last Pokemon. I don't know why I forgot about Pignite. I guess it just came in and died pretty quick, so that must be why. So that's the game. That's definitely why we just shielded the Discharge as well. So, good game there, and able to come out with the win. Alright, Castform into Superior. This is quite a bad matchup. Got to go into my Froslass right away. It's a Bastiodon coming in. This is really bad for us, but this is why we use Froslass as a safe swap instead of Ninetales, is Froslass can get to Shadow Ball. And even though the Bastiodon can take these Shadow Balls like a champ, 2 Shadow Balls still does get it into Water Gun range for Castform. So they can farm down, but we can now come in with Castform and farm down ourselves with Water Gun. Not going to shield my Castform here. I want to save my shields for Alolan Ninetales. I know it's the key to this match. And it's actually going to be a Flamethrower coming through, so they must not have double moved their Bastiodon, or they must be running Flash Cannon Flamethrower. Quite uncommon to do that, but every now and then you see it. Azumarill coming in, we're going to go straight for the Dazzling Gleam, and they no-shield it. That's really, really good for us. I am going to shield myself. Even a Nice Beam would sort of put me in a pretty tough spot going forward. So I'm going to go ahead, build up to the Dazzling Gleam, go for the Weather Ball. They have to shield this. There's If they no-shield this, it's super ballsy. They do no-shield it. I'm going to look to shield this up, build up again to another Dazzling Gleam, and then I'm going to probably look to do a combo play here. Going to go ahead and throw one Weather Ball. This is hopefully going to get the last shield. Yes, it does. We're going to go ahead, swap into Castform, throw the next Weather Ball. This is going to get the Azumarill very, very low. They swap now into Superior. They have to throw at us. Basically what I'm doing here is I'm not throwing because I want them to throw their energy as soon as they get it to hopefully take me out before I get to a charge move. When they do throw, now I can throw my energy. Even if that KO'd, I didn't really care because it does almost no damage anyways, right? The Weather Ball is going to KO either way. They actually have another move stored, so I need this to not drop my attack. We don't get the attack debuff. We can double up on the Weather Balls here. This first one is definitely going to be enough damage to take them out. And then the Azu coming back in isn't at a move yet, but this Weather Ball is certainly going to be able to take them out as well. So lucky that we did not get debuffed there by that Superior on the Ninetales. But the reason that I wasn't throwing on the Castform was to try and get them to throw earlier. Alright, Umbreon on the lead. Umbreon is a pretty tricky lead, to be honest. Umbreon has pretty good matchups against both Froslass and Rainy Castform. Ninetales is the only one that has an okay matchup, and if they successfully shield a Dazzling Gleam, it's actually not that great. So we're just going to go for Weather Ball here, and then we're likely going to look to catch a Snarl, but my opponent overfarms, so we're not able to catch a Snarl, and they actually come into Deoxys. So we're going to just go for the Weather Ball spam here. Weather Ball is more energy efficient than Dazzling Gleam, so it's definitely the right move, and there's no risk of a big nuke getting shielded. I'm probably going to let, yeah, I am going to shield up this move. It looks like they're definitely running Psycho Boost Thunderbolt, so that probably means that I can flip this matchup. They do shield up a Weather Ball, and now I'm going to go ahead and throw another Weather Ball here. This is either going to get them very low or get another shield. We do get them very low, and then knowing now that they have Thunderbolt Psycho Boost, I do not need to shield up this next move, and I can Powder Snow them down. Psycho Boost does deal a decent chunk of damage, but we can tank it. Umbreon comes in, and we're going to look to shield this. It is a last resort, and then we want to get to this Dazzling Gleam. Hopefully they no-shield this. If they do, it's definitely going to be taking them out. Yes, it does take them out. That's very good for us. It is a Venusaur in the back. We're able to get to this Weather Ball. That's very important for us because we need to take that last shield. And now we're going to go ahead and swap into Froslass. We can't get farmed down there because then we would risk the Venusaur getting to 2 charge moves, which would be pretty bad for our Froslass. However, because we swapped out, we're able to get to this Avalanche, and that's definitely going to be enough damage to take out the Venusaur, and that is a good game. Alright, getting into, I think, the last battle of the set. Wigglytuff on the lead. The way I like to play the Charmers is to swap right away into the Froslass because we need to draw out the Fire type like this. Marowak coming in now is actually totally fine because we can go for Shadow Balls and really force shields here. We'll get a little bit of lag there, quite a lot of lag actually, and we're actually going to be able to get to another Shadow Ball. Which is very good for us. We are able to force the second shield, and it was actually a CMP tie, so this is amazing. We're going to let this go. It's a Bone Club, but that's totally fine. We're up 2 shields to none. We're in a very good spot. We can come in with Castform and really punish this Alolan Marowak. I decide to no-shield this. I think that's a mistake. I should definitely be shielding that, knowing that they've got a Charmer, and they're likely not going to be able to apply a ton of shield pressure in the back, so I might end up shielding something suboptimal because they do have that Charmer. This is we swap into our Alolan Ninetales, and we're just going to be going for these weather balls as quickly as we can. Get one through. Going to go for another weather ball here. This is likely going to be enough to take them out, or at least very close. They actually have a Scrafty in the back, so this is where I'm really wishing I had shielded that Shadow Bone earlier, because this Scrafty is just going to go straight Power Up Punch, and we're going to end up shielding pretty inefficiently. So I do shield a Power Up Punch to be able to get off this Weather Ball. I think that is pretty important. And now this is really just a race. I really need this Weather Ball to KO, so I'm going to shield up the Power Up Punch here. I know that I'm going to be able to beat them to the move. It's just a question of whether Weather Ball is enough to KO. I really hope it is. We are able to KO, and then the Wigglytuff goes down to like one Water Gun, and that is a good game. So really close match there. Definitely should have shielded the Shadow Bone from the Alolan Marowak, given that they had a Charmer. When they've got a Charmer like that on the lead, and you get a big 2-shield advantage like that, use your shields early, I would say, because a Charmer just does not apply enough shield pressure to warrant saving it. So able to go 10-0 though in my first 10 battles, so really happy about that. Got the 6 rare candy, that was the plan. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.